Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Eric. Today I'm going to show you how to make these adorable quilted makeup bags. I actually did this project a little while ago, but I realized I did it as a blog post and not a video. So today we're going to be doing it in video format. The pattern includes 3 different sizes. We have a small one that's about 4 by 5, a medium that's about 5 by 7, and then the large, which is about 7 by 9. I'm going to show you how to make the medium bag in today's video, but if you'd like instructions for the other sizes, I will have a written PDF pattern available in my store. I'll make sure to link that below. You can also visit my store at store.confessionsofahomeschooler.com, type in makeup bag, and the pattern should pop up for you there. All right, let's go ahead and get started with today's tutorial. Here's what you're going to need to make this cute quilted makeup bag. So like I mentioned, I have 3 different sizes. Today we're going to be making the medium size, but if you'd like the measurements for all the sizes, you can get all that information in the PDF. So for today's project, we're going to need a couple pieces of fabric. I've got 2 pieces of outside fabric, and this has already just been quilted to the batting. So you can just see right there, I've just got some regular batting. You could use fusible fleece. You could use a stiffer interfacing. You'll also need 2 pieces of fabric for your lining. You're going to need a zipper, and you'll see when we do the zipper portion that my zipper's a lot longer than my piece. I do that on purpose. You're going to need 2 little pieces for our side tabs, and then here are just some of the basic tools we'll need, along with, I find wonder clips helpful for this project. All right, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing I like to do is prepare my little side tabs just so that they're out of the way. So you're going to take your piece. It's 3.5 by 3.5, so it doesn't matter which way you fold it. You're going to fold it in half like this and press. And then I also like to take the edges and press those in about a 1/2 inch. This doesn't have to be super specific. And then I fold it back in half again, just so that I have no raw edges on my sides. And then I just take this to my sewing machine and I run a stitch down both sides. That just creates symmetry on this folded side, and it sews the open side together. And then you're going to make 2 of these, one for each side of your bag. And I do have raw edges here on the ends, but that's okay. We'll take care of that when we assemble our bag. So go ahead and make 2 of your little side straps, and then let's get started with our actual bag portion. All right, so we are going to take one of our quilted panels, and we're going to have that right side up, and you're going to want the longer side to be the top of your bag where your zipper goes. The shorter side is not the side you put your zipper on. So just keep that in mind. I like to use a zipper that's at least about 2 inches longer on both sides than my bag is going to be. And we're going to place that zipper right side down. So here, this side has my little zipper pull on it. We're going to place that right side down on our piece. And then I'm going to just grab some clips and just clip it in place really quickly. And then the next thing we're going to do is grab one of our pieces of lining. We're going to place that right side down, and you just want to line up these side edges and then of course this top edge, and then you can pin that lining in place as well. And then we're going to take this to our machine, and we're just going to sew right along that top edge to secure all 3 pieces together. I'm going to go ahead and just use my regular foot on my sewing machine, but if you have a zipper foot, you can also use that as well. That just allows you to get a little bit closer to those zipper teeth. All right, and here we go. I have just sewn all 3 of my layers together. The next thing that we're going to want to do is just press these back, and you can finger press them or grab your iron. I will take this to my iron really quick and just press those layers back. And then we're going to run a top stitch right along this edge, about a 1/8 inch seam, just to secure all those layers together. So now it's looking like this, and you may notice that I start about a 1/2 inch before and finish about a 1/2 inch after. That way I just make sure I get everything in that stitch line. And so now we've got a piece that looks like this. And then we're going to basically do the same thing. So we're going to grab our other piece of quilted outer panel. We're going to again place our zipper right side down on that panel, and we're just making sure we line up these side seams. We're going to take our other piece of lining right side down. Again, line up that top edge along the zipper and line up your side seams. And you just want to make sure everything's nice and straight. Again, we're going to take this over to our sewing machine and sew all those layers together. All right, so I've sewn my second side on, and just like before, I'm just going to press the lining back I'm going to press this front panel back and just run a top stitch right along that edge with a 1/8 inch seam allowance. All right, so here's what our panel looks like. We've got our lining on the inside and we've got our outside panels on the outside. Next, we're going to take one of our little side tabs. We're going to fold it in half, and then we're going to line up the raw edges of the side tab with the raw edges of our bag. And I'm just centering it on that zipper as best as I can. And you can pin or hold this in place. Usually I just do this right at my machine so that I can just make sure it's nice and centered. And then we're going to just run a stitch right across that edge. That's going to lock off our zipper and keep our side tab in place. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other end of our bag. But don't forget to pull your zipper tab in to your bag so you don't accidentally cut that off. You're going to just hold these together as best as you can. Again, fold your other side tab. Raw edges lined up with raw edges. Again, pin that in place, and then you're just going to sew right along that edge. That'll close up this open edge of our zipper and also secure our side tab. And here is what our project is looking like. Our zipper pull is inside, so we're good there. And then we've got our two side tabs. And now we can go ahead and just cut off any excess zipper here. Just like that. And then we'll cut off this one. And that's why it's a lot easier to have this longer zipper. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our two outside panels and fold those so they're right side together, and our two lining pieces so they're right sides together. All right, and so our bag is going to look something like this. I'm going to go ahead and just sew right along this bottom edge, and I like to throw a couple clips just to keep things in place. We're going to sew right along that bottom edge using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. We're also going to line up the lining edge, and you can use pins on this side or you can use clips. Pins might work better since it's just fabric. But for this edge, we're actually going to sew in from both ends, and we're going to leave an opening, I would say about 1, 2, 3, 4 at least inches wide. That's what we're going to be turning our bag right side out through. So again, just along this bottom edge, but leave an opening. Now, one little trick I learned for bags that you're going to be turning right side out is I'll sew up to where I'm ready to stop, and then I'm going to lift my presser foot with my needle in the down position and just rotate it like that. And we're going to sew back and forth off the edge here. That's going to give that extra stability for when we're turning our bag right side out. Now I'm going to do the same thing. So I want my opening about this far apart. So I'm going to sew in from the edge. I'm back stitching just a little bit. Sew in 1/4 inch. Leave your needle down. Rotate your project. And then keep going. All right, so here's what our project is looking like. We have the outside panel bottom edge sewn together, and then we also have the lining bottom edge sewn together with a hole in the center. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to line up all of those seams. So we're lining up our zipper, our lining seam, and our outer panel seam. And we're just going to clip along that edge. And for the outer panel, a lot of times I will press that seam open. I'll show you that here in just a second, because it can get really bulky, and so when you're sewing over that seam, it's just nice to have it pressed open. All right, so there's one side. Again, on the other side, we've got our lining seam. We're going to line that right up with our zipper and our outer panel seam. Okay, so it should look like this. You can see the two together, and the seams are all running down the middle. And then what I like to do is just take this to my iron and just press this seam open. It's just really bulky because of the batting. Okay, there we go. So I've pressed this seam open just to reduce some of that bulk along this edge. Here's what the other side looks like. This is our lining side with our hole in the middle. And then the other thing before you do anything is you want to make sure that your zipper, when we pulled our zipper tab in, my zipper tab's about right here. So this is all open right here, so we can flip our bag right side out. We're going to take this to our sewing machine, and we're going to sew right along these edges using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Just make sure you're getting all of those layers in your seam. This is a lot of layers, so just take your time and go slow. Okay, here is what our bag is looking like. Now the fun part, we're going to turn our bag right side out through our opening in our seam. So what you want to do is make sure that you're grabbing all the way to this side. So you're pulling your right side out through the lining. And I may even need to scoop my zipper open just a little bit more, but you should be able to reach in there and grab it. And just be gentle, but since we sewed off the edge of our lining, that should help us out. And obviously the larger of an opening you leave, the easier it will be as well. And then I like to use a point turner. This is from Modern American Vintage. He makes some of my favorite tools. As a matter of fact, I used his hair marker to draw the lines on my bag for quilting. Okay, this is what your bag is going to be looking like at this stage, and I actually have a tutorial that makes like a pencil pouch that looks like this, and if you want to leave it like this, you can. We're going to, of course, do a boxed bottom to make our little makeup bag. The first thing that I like to do at this point, if everything looks good, my corners are all pushed out, everything is nice and flat, I'm going to go ahead and grab my lining and just pull it back out a little bit, and I'm going to sew up this hole in my lining. So here's what that lining is looking like. I like to throw a few clips on there just to hold it in place. I'm going to take this to my machine and just sew that opening closed. You could also hand stitch it if you wanted, but I just like to use my machine. Okay, so here we are. I just sewed that closed. Some people like to leave that step to the end. I think after you box the bottoms of this bag, it's really hard to close that opening, so I like to just do it now. All right, so your bag should be looking something like this. Perfect. And now we're going to box the corners of our bag so that it looks like our little makeup bag. So you can do this any size you like. The measurements that I have are what I recommend in the pattern, but you could change it. So for example, if you just want like a not a very tall box bottom, I mean, you can just sit here and kind of play with it till it gets the size that you like. I actually like mine a little bit taller. So I'm going to do a little bit larger squares on the side, but you can mess around with it and decide what you like. So I'm going to stick my hand in here, and that's part of the reason I have my hair marker. I just like to make sure that that corner is all the way pressed out. And we're going to stick our finger down in that corner, and we're going to just fold it in half just like this. And you're going to be lining up your seam along the side seam of the bag, and if you take it to your iron and just, or even just finger press it, you can see where that side seam is. That'll help you line things up. So we're just going to line up just like that, and I like to throw a couple of clips on here until I decide where I want it. Okay, now we're going to take our ruler and we're going to line up our diagonal line on our ruler with one of the seam lines. And I'm going to do about 3.5 inches for this. So here's my 3.5 inch mark. So I'm just going to line up the corner there and the 3.5 inch mark there. And I'm just going to draw a line right along there. That's going to be my sew line. I'm going to back stitch here and here and just sew right along that line. And whatever you do to one corner, that's just what you're going to do to all 4 corners. All right, so again, I've got this corner lined up, and I like to draw my line on the line that has the sewn seam because that just helps me line everything up. I've got this line, I've got that line, so I can just line everything up a little bit easier that way. Again, I'll put a clip there. Okay, so we have all 4 of our corners marked and clipped. This is about what our bag's gonna look like. I'm okay with that, so we're gonna go ahead and take this to our sewing machine now, and we're going to stitch right on those drawn lines on all 4 of our corners. I do back stitch at my stops and starts. Just like that. Now I can take those clips off. And now we can go and do all the remaining corners. All right, so here's what our bag is looking like, and you can actually still change it at this point if you get it sewn and you're like, oh, actually I want more or less, but this is about what we're going with. And then we're going to take our corners, so here's my stitch line, and now this is the part where you do need to be a little bit more careful, but you want to trim right next to your stitch line about 1/8 inch in. We're going to do a French seam on this so that you don't have any raw edges out here, and we're going to sew 1/4 inch for that. So we just want 1/8 inch here, that way this little raw edge will actually get hidden inside of our 1/4 inch French seam. So you can see how close I cut to that line right there. Just be really careful you don't go through your stitch line. At this point, if you did, you could just take it back to your sewing machine really quick and just fix that before we move on to the next step. Okay, here's what we have going on. I've just trimmed off all of my corners. Now we're going to take our bag and we're going to flip it wrong side out. And you're just going to want to be really careful when you're doing this. I like to put my finger there and just push that corner out really good. Or, again, you can use your point turner here and just push that seam out really nice and clean. And then I like to just place some clips once I've rolled that seam in there and make sure it's nice and tight. Place some clips to hold that in place. I'm going to do that on all 4 of our boxed corners. Okay, so I've got all of my corners again clipped. We're going to now take these to the sewing machine and sew 1/4 of an inch away from that edge. That's going to hide that 1/8 of an inch raw seam inside of our stitch line, so when we push our bag right side out, we won't have any raw edges. There's other ways to do this bag, but I really like doing a French seam for these inside edges. Okay, so there's one done. We just need to repeat that with all 4 of our boxed corners. Okay, so here's what our bag looks like, and I like doing it this way because it's like a double seam right here, and it actually helps give your bag a little more structure. I just did this with regular quilt batting, so you can see it's still squishy, but it does help your bag stand up. All right, the last step is just to turn our bag right side out, pop out those corners. Again, you can use your fingers or you can use that point turner, but here's what our outside seam looks like. See? So the seam is nice and finished on the outside, it's nice and finished on the inside, and it was super easy to do. Pop out all those corners, make sure everything looks nice and neat, and voila, look at that. Isn't that such a cute little bag? And then you can use these bags for just about anything, and look how cute that is. Fully lined, no raw seams anywhere, super cute. All right, guys, here's our finished medium size makeup bag. It's really, really cute. I love using my leftover scrap fabrics for these bags. You don't need a whole lot of fabric. You can make them scrappy even. The little tabs are perfect for using up scraps as well. And so these are just really fun, easy projects. They're also nice and squishy, so they're perfect for traveling. You can fill them with things and they'll still kind of squish and fit in your bag really nicely. Like I mentioned, I do have 3 different sizes available on my pattern, my PDF pattern, and it also includes instructions on how to make this cute patchwork version as well. It's a great way to use up scraps, and it just makes an adorable bag as well. I'll make sure to link the pattern for all 3 different sizes below. And if you're sewing along with any of my projects, don't forget to join me in my Sew With Me Facebook group. I will make sure to link that below as well. It is a join group, so you do have to click the join button, answer a couple questions so I can make sure you're not a spammer, and then you'll be free to go into that group, post pictures of your progress, and see what everyone else is making as well. That's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and you can also hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming fun projects. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. See if I can hold this.